how to do pivot tables on Excel. Pivot tables are a great way to summarize big tables or your data on Excel. So I'll show you how. Okay, so this is my table, quite a simple table. It just has some sales data. So we have sale date, customer ID, amount, and payment type. And what I want to do simply is I just want my sales by month. So for example, for January 2020, how much sales did I make? And manually on Excel, this would be really hard, but pivot tables solve this issue. So to create a pivot table, what I like to do is I like to select the first cell of my table. So this is A1. Click on Insert, and in this section you should have Pivot Table. Select it. Because we selected the first cell of the table, Excel will automatically detect the table range. And now you choose where to place the table. I usually select New Worksheet and then click OK. This is now your pivot table pane. This is where your pivot table will be built. And if we scroll to the right, these are the fields that you are going to add. So to add rows on your pivot table, you just select the field that you want and drop it here, and to select values on the pivot table you do the same. So for my rows, I actually want the date, so I'm going to select sale date and drag and drop it here. And for actual values, so this is where Excel will do the mathematical operation on your field. So example, summing up your fields or counting the field. So we are going to do the amount. So we click on amount and drag it to values. Okay, so you can see Excel is telling us it's summing up the amount field and it's aggregating it on these fields here. So let's see how it looks. Okay, awesome, looks good. Now I do want month year. So to change the level of aggregation, you go to the Pivot Table Analyze tab, select Group Selection, select it again, and now just select the level of aggregation you want. So I am selecting month and year. So to select month and year together, you hold Control Command and click OK. Awesome, and there's our pivot table. So we can add more fields. Maybe you want to add a customer ID to that. We can do that. So let's do that quickly. So customer ID, and I want a count of that. So I want to see how many customers bought for that specific month. So I'm dragging it to values. And you can see Excel immediately knows that it should be a count. If you ever want to change the aggregation to a sum, all you do is right click, go to field settings, and then you can change it there. If we go back to our table, you can see the count appearing. So this is how many customers have bought for that specific month. And then lastly, I just want to quickly show you filters as well. So maybe you want to filter this data set and have the option to choose maybe the payment type, right? Because I just want to see paper payments, or I just want to see electronic payments. To add a filter, we go back to our field, and maybe I want to add a payment type filter, so I'm just adding it there, and maybe a customer ID as well. So let's just select that and drop it there. Let's have a look at it. Awesome. So now if I select a specific payment type in my filter, so maybe paper, this now shows me the sales and the count of customer IDs for only paper payment types. And maybe I just want to have a look at a specific customer. So if I select this down arrow and let's select a specific customer, now this just shows me sales data related to the payment type paper and this specific customer ID. And those are pivot tables. I'll also recommend having a look at pivot charts too. Hope this helps, and follow for more.